Okay, this is I guess a presentation or overview of NerfworXlab's Darkstar, or more affectionately more known as the Darksaber. Now this particular design is straight from the Clone Wars. I'm sorry, not the Clone Wars, Rebels. It's the one shown as built by Sabine Wren, one of the episodes there. So those of you who are familiar with that will exactly know that this is the design. It's very, very accurate. I first came upon this run that was held over at Rebel Armory. I was kind of reticent of getting into it, but it was a unique hilt to start with, because it's based on an animated hilt, not one of those from the live action movies, Star Wars movies. So this was, to be sure, something unique. So I got into that run. This was back in, was it January of 2020. Now everything here is designed from the ground up, from the hilt and to the blade itself. Now, as I mentioned in my unboxing video, I was more interested in how they were going to design the blade, because it was something that that would have been actually quite unique. You know, we've seen those Neopixel blades around one, so that's very commonplace. But in terms of, you know, this sort of blade and how it was going to be designed, that was not a concern, but more of a curiosity of how they would do it. And those guys involved with NerfworXlab, Aaron and Shane and whoever else was involved in this, I think they did a great job of pulling it off. So you can see here, I don't have it with me, but we had the option of another black backing, which had a wisp. My installer, Obi-Shane, well, he did some experiments and all that to see which worked best or which looked better, and he decided to go with this solid black stencil without the whips. And as you can see here, there's also this middle strip here that's to hide the corn cob lighting. And these are actually very not noticeable when this thing is lit, or even if you were to light it up in a dark room. It's awesome. It looks really good. It looks really good. Very impressed. Okay. The hilt itself. Give you a close up. Now you'll notice the weathering. The weathering on this thing, I'm really happy with it. It's not overdone. I don't like hilts that are like very too weathered. It just, I don't know. For me, that's just me. But this was very nicely done. Not overdone. Just, it might be just right. You just see all the design that was put into this. Awesome. This is where the stem goes from the blade. You got two momentary switches here. This is ignition. This is the auxiliary. Again, just check out the weathering on this thing. Very nicely done. Yeah, it's very comfortable to hold. Actually, quite light. This one comes off. It's magnetically. Oops. Looks like I already turned it on, but this one comes off. It's magnetically held by magnets. There's your tension screw. Okay, your magnets there. And then it's here. You can see it. Now this one comes off. You can take it off with fingernails, but it's quite hard to do, so I resorted to just using this very fine blade in order to pry it open. So you just have to bear with me for a second here. There you go. Oops, sorry, you can try that again. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it's just kind of hard to do this when you're behind a camera. Alright, hope I can hold on to that. Now, I opted for the very simple chassis, not the... Because at the time I entered into this run, I had two other projects going on. And obviously money was becomes an issue. So I opted with a very simple chassis by Goth3 Designs. Okay, just let me turn this off for a second. It says kill switch, as you can see here. And Shane also added some SMDs on the board itself. By the way, this is a CFX. Okay, so he added some SMDs and some LEDs along here as well. If I were to turn it on, sorry, where's this? Oh, right here. Sorry.
We'll start slow.
Okay.
You'll have to do better.
It's very, very loud. I already bumped the sound to 70%. So, jeez, the CFX sound is just amazing. What can I say? Okay, so now that's on. Put it back on there. Now, NerfworXlab had commissioned Repulse Customs, or Link, as he's more formally known, to create a sound font. And it is amazing. There's also another sound font here by Juansith. I've also included those were the two fonts that this hilt came with, and I added two more fonts by two other sound font creators. The others were from Kyberphonic and JayDalorian, and I'll go over those briefly. Okay, just start on. Just do it without the blade. I don't have much space here. Okay, the first one is from Link, and as far as in my opinion, it's the best one from all the fonts that's in here. It's just now Link talks about the different layerings of sound and the hum. Like he speaks of 4 layerings, and you can hear it. It's just you can't hear any of that in the other fonts that's in here. And in my opinion, this is the best so far. And it's a smooth transition from the heavy swing to the hum. It's just, yeah, it's just nice.
You ran from the Empire. You ran from your bamboo. Can you feel it? So what's the truth? That sword is old, heavy, but powerful. Respect its strength. There's pull. Can you feel it? This family will stand by you no matter what you choose.
I'm just gonna go through the other fonts.
Sound bank selection.
It is the Darks. I am told it is the Darksaber.
This is Juansith.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I like that. It sounds like it's against crashing into Beskar. Okay, moving on.
You are fighting against the blade.
Sound bank selection.
I am told it is the Darksaber. It belongs to you.
This is Beskar by Kyberphonic.
Now, it belongs to her.
There's an underlying lower tones, you can hear that. It's quite different.
Sound bank selection.
The Darksaber. It belongs to you. Moff Gideon. The Darksaber.
This is Gideon by Link. Again, it's also a very good font in terms of the hum itself. Just listen up.
Activate the Dark.
You can hear when I swing it, just that little, like a low undertone growl. Yeah, the sounds of the body like it's just on point. It's crisp. When I compare it to the other fonts, it's awesome. It's just,
Moff Gideon. You have something I want. You may think you have some idea what you are in possession of, but you do not. Soon, he will be back with me. He means more to me than you will ever know.
I love that line. Okay, moving on. Next one is the Faulty Darksaber by JayDalorian.
Sound bank selection.
Moff Gideon. My rightful place is leader of Death Watch.
You hear this hum, it's sort of like kind of broken sound. It's not like it's very good. It's a growly sound to it. I like that. It's nice, very nice. And the last four fonts are version 2 of Kyberphonic's Darksaber fonts. I say 4 because he made versions for Maul, Vizsla, Sabine, Wren, and Moff Gideon. They're basically the same fonts, but in terms of I think Force 2 and activation, they're tailored to each of these characters. So I'm not going to be playing those at all. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to be showing, shooting another video with the blades on, with blade on. So that is everything. Thanks for watching.